Namaskar, I'm Dr. Mansi, and in today's session, we are going to study various levels of conflict, navigating tensions in the workplace. As we all know that conflicts are inevitable in the organization, but not all conflicts are created equal. So this particular session will explore the five key levels of conflict, starting with intrapersonal conflict, interpersonal conflict, intragroup conflict, then intergroup conflict, and followed by interorganizational conflict, each one with its own unique challenges and dynamics. For aspiring managers like you, recognizing and managing these levels are, understanding these levels is very essential for creating a productive and collaborating organizational culture. So let's begin the session. So we are going to see there are five levels of different conflict. So we'll begin with intrapersonal conflict, which happens within the individual. Then followed by interpersonal conflict, which happens between two or more people. Then we'll study about the group conflict, which happens within a group, but among the team members, but the goal is same. Maybe how to go about the goal is different, but the goal is same. Then we'll talk about the intergroup conflict, which happens within the organization where people belong to different teams or groups and they're having the conflict. And then we'll talk about the interorganizational micro conflict, which where the two or more organizations are involved. So let's begin with intrapersonal conflict. This level conflict refers to an internal dispute and involves only one individual. This conflict arises out of your own thoughts, emotions, ideas, values, and predispositions. And it can occur when you are struggling between what you want to do and what you should do. So it is a conflict, as you can see on the screen also, it is a conflict within an individual, means two people are not involved in this, and it is often caused by the competing roles and also unclear expectations or conflicting desires. So let's begin intrapersonal conflict with the help of an example. So meet Arav, who is planning a family vacation. He researches the several destinations, for example, a beach resort in Goa, a cultural tour in Rajasthan, and a hill station in Himachal Pradesh. So all options seem equally appealing, and each family member has a different preference. So Arav wants everyone to, be happy. So he spends weeks comparing travel packages, reading reviews, and checking weather forecasts. So in the end, what is happening is delaying the booking for so long that the prices are going up and the best accommodations are no longer available. So this is the perfect example of intrapersonal conflict. The second level is interpersonal conflict. This conflict occurs between two or more people in a larger group. It can result from different personalities or differing perspectives. How to accomplish goals, and interpersonal conflict may even occur without one party realizing that there was any conflict. So as you can see on the screen also, conflict between individuals, for example, co-workers and managers and employees, often becomes personal, and it also affects the productivity. So the third thing which we are going to discuss is it focuses on issues and not on the personalities. So the best example could be the CEOs resigning due to conflict with the boards. So this is a perfect example of interpersonal conflict. Let's study the example. So let's understand interpersonal conflict with the help of an example. Meet Ravi, who is a high-performing software engineer at a tech startup. During a one-to-one conversation a year ago with his manager, casually mentioned that if Ravi continued to deliver strong results, he would be considered for a team lead position if it becomes available. So Ravi took this as a sign of future promotion and working extra hours, often mentoring junior developers. However, when the team lead role opened up, the company brought an external hire. Ravi felt disappointed and undervalued. Even Though the manager never made an official promise, he did not confront his manager and started distancing himself from the team and stopped volunteering in extra work. So this is intra-group conflict. This is the third level of conflict. This level of conflict occurs, between members of a single group when there are multiple people with varying opinions, backgrounds, and experiences working toward a common goal. Even though they may all want to achieve the same goal, but they may disagree about how to reach it and how to proceed with it. So intra-conflict can also occur when team members have differences in communication styles also and also personalities. So as you can see on the screen, it occurs within a single group or team. Members share common goal. They know that what they want to achieve, but they differ how to achieve it. And it is caused by the differences in, for example, opinions or perspectives, cultural and or professional backgrounds, communication styles, personality differences, and it can lead to misunderstandings and tension. If managed well, it can promote creativity and innovation. Let's understand the intra-group conflict with the help of an example, which is very close to my heart also, and it has happened when I was a college student. So the example is like this: a university level student council is planning to, launch an annual college fest. So where like we have different groups, like there are people in the team, for example, Priya and Arav. They think that traditional poster campaign around the campus is going to attract more number of students. However, on the other hand, there are Mehek and Zed. They prefer promoting the event through Instagram and Snapchat. Meanwhile, there is third person Rohan who argues that collaborating with a popular campus YouTuber is going to generate more buzz because no one can agree on a single approach. No promotion plan is finalized with the event just 2 weeks away. Tension grows among the members, and the other committees like logistics, sponsorship, they are left waiting for the decision and delaying their own preparations. So this is a perfect example of intra-group conflict where the key motivation or the goal of every individual is same, but they are not on the same page when it comes to how to achieve it, how to go about it. Sorry. Intergroup conflict. This level of conflict occurs between groups within a larger organization, or those who do not have the same goals. So as you can see on the screen as well, conflict between groups, example departments, unions and teams, or it is rooted in values, goals and resource distribution. Always remember the goal of this conflict would be different. Like in intragroup, the goal was same, but how to achieve was different. In intergroup, the goal is same. It can lead us versus them mentality and also the group thing. The perfect example could be Air Canada and Canadian Airlines pilots fighting over the mud seniority rights. So what happened? The conflict arose when the Air Canada acquired Canadian Airlines and the pilots from both the companies clashed over how the seniority would be merged. So seniority affects crucial aspect, for example, your salary, your aircraft type, and the work schedules, making it a highly sensitive and emotional issue for both the groups. So this is how we talk about intergroup conflict, where the goals are different. In intragroup, the goals are same, but how to achieve is different. This is the fifth level, that is called interorganizational conflict. It refers to all the disagreements, disputes, or tension that arise between two or more organizations due to differences in goals, interest, expectations, resources, or actions. These conflicts often occur in the relationships such as partnerships, alliances, supply chains, and also the client vendor agreements. So, as you can see on the screen as well, conflict between the organization, like two organizations are there, or sectors. It involves competition, also standards and or ideological differences, and can escalate into legal, economic, or political disputes. So that's not a micro level conflict, it's a macro level conflict. The perfect example could be real estate developers or environmentalists over land use. So let's say that real estate developers aim to construct the housing complexes, commercial buildings, or industrial parks on the piece of the land. Their primary motivation is, the economic gain, urban expansion, and meeting the demands of the population growth. While on the other hand, Environmentalist organizations, on the other hand, aim to protect the environment, preserve biodiversity, and ensure the sustainable use of natural resources. They may see the proposed development plan as a threat to the ecosystem, wildlife habitat, and water resources, and also the green spaces. So this is how the interorganizational conflict, plays a significant role in our day-to-day life. So let's understand what are the differences between the interpersonal versus interorganizational conflict. I have taken this image or the screenshot from a very good research paper. The reference is given in the source is given here, and the complete reference is given in the references list. You can go and study the entire research paper. So let's begin the difference between the interpersonal and interorganizational conflict. So let's begin with the level of interaction. So as you can see, it is between individuals and it is the multi-level. For example, interpersonal means conflict between the co-worker, supplier, or the client, and in multi-level, there are like multiple levels are included. Now let's talk about the governance mechanism. So in interpersonal, it is managed informally through trust, norms, or communication, while in interorganizational, it is managed formally, like through contracts, and also informally through relationships. When we talk about on the basis of relationship, it can be said that interpersonal conflict, basically they are the decisions made by the individuals involved, while interorganizational conflicts are basically they involves the teams or the department from both the organizations. When we talk about the incentives and motivations, in interpersonal, it is driven by the personal goals and interests, and interorganizational, a mix of personal as well as the company goals. When we talk about the target of repair, in interpersonal, the focus is on healing personal feelings and trust. In interorganizational, focus on both relationship and business prospects. When we talk about the influence of institutional or economic like environment, sorry, it is mostly influenced by informal dimensions, while the interorganization is influenced by both formal and informal dimensions. So this is all about interpersonal and interorganizational conflict. This is an entire list of all the references which I have used in planning this session. For example, this is the research paper which I discussed in the previous slide. You can take the help of this one. I hope you enjoyed the session understanding all 5 levels of conflict in organization. And thank you so much for watching. Happy learning. Namaskar.